Hi Aquarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. This is going to be a reading for you, general messages for the 17th to the 23rd, having to do with money / career and love. So first we're going to pull for career because we started with relationship last time. We're going to pull some general energies, talk about what's going on having to do with either your career, any sort of legal settlement, financial payout, anything to do with money in your life. And then I will timestamp below for relationship. We'll start off with you, then we'll do a separate spread for an energy that you're dealing with. So let's get some groundings to start. Guys, remember, please remember, these are general messages. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. Don't try to make it fit. If it's not your reading, it's not your reading. That's it. It's, you know, this isn't a personal reading, it's a general reading, right? And everybody's at different ages and stages in their life. There are many, many Aquarians out there, right? So you take what resonates, throw out the rest, and you want to make sure that you check your rising sign, your moon sign, and your Venus sign as well for the most complete messages. Okay, letting go. Okay, so we need to let go of some sort of idea having to do with work. Now, this is starting off with career here, okay? So there's this letting go. Now, for those of you in a situation where financially you're dealing with some sort of the dissolution of a marriage or a business or something like that, there it would cross over the boundary into being obviously something personal or any sort of inheritance or anything like that. Okay, orphaned. Letting go and orphans. Okay, so there's definitely this release of something that's going on having to do with money, career that you are dealing with right now. Yeah, and I feel it. I mean, you guys are going through so much healing right now anyway, Aquarius. So talk about that in a second. So we have the sun, beautiful. We have the bridge, which is great. That's about like signing contracts, meeting in the middle, negotiating, coming to terms with something. So we have the clouds, and then we have the polar bear. So, all right, good. I mean, I see there being a very healthy sort of solution to something. Right, so the sun is all about material happiness, there being a really solid outcome. And the bridge is about meeting somebody halfway. Typically, this is to meet halfway to sign a contract, negotiate, something being finalized, signing on the dotted line for a new job. This could be leaving something, getting into something, anything like that. Then there's some conflict, which ends up being fine. I mean, the conflict is short-lived. So this could just be whatever is resolved here, whatever the signing of the papers is here, the leaving. If you're leaving a job, obviously, if you're signing on the dotted line for some sort of the sale of something or anything having to do with a divorce, of course, it's going to be some at least internal conflict, if nothing else. But it passes, right? I mean, we have the sun here. And I like that we got the polar bear after that because and she's pointed towards the future because this is very much a mother energy. And what I mean by that is think about whatever a mother provides a child with, right? The basic sustenance, food, a roof over their head, clothing on the back. What do they need, right? What does a child need? You're going to have everything that you need. Whatever you need is you're going to have whatever it is that you need. So don't worry if that is what your concern is. You're going to have everything that you need. We have Capricorn. Okay, we have the North Node. And we have the 8th house. Interesting, because the 8th house is one of the money houses. The 8th house has to do with our partner's money. It has to do with any sort of insurance settlement, legal settlement, insurance payout, again, inheritance, the retirement, having to do with the stock market, any kind of payoff from investment like that, money made from a business that you have with somebody else. Anything like that. Now, it's associated with Capricorn is the landlord of the 10th house, which has to do with career and work. And we have the North Node, which is Gemini energy, indicating that you need to really learn something, right, about something that's going on. You know, just thinking about the fact, though, Aquarius, like the axis for you right now with the nodal energies, you do have Chiron. First of all, you have Chiron in your 11th house. Okay, and it's trining the nodal axes, and the nodal axes are, this is just really quite beautiful. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of healing between your goals and wishes and your creativity, and there's going to be some sort of healing at play here. This is also going to be sextiling the Uranus and Mars conjunction in Taurus, which is going to be going on. It's going on now, but it's going to be going exact on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, and Black Moon Lilith is involved. So a lot of you guys know it's going to be a hot flipping mess the middle of this week, energetically speaking, but let's just focus on the good and see where it might be benefiting us, you know, on a personal level. And for you guys, it's going to be hitting you guys in your 4th house of home, literal home and your metaphorical home. So there could be some big changes having to do with what you feel comfortable in. This could be changes in your home. So those of you, maybe you're selling a home, right? Having to do with money, that could certainly be it. Or you're needing, because of this, you're needing to maybe move homes, right? It could certainly have to do with that, having to do with career as well. So this is what I see for you guys right now regarding the Astro cards. Let's see what comes up. That was the Astro dice. Let's see. Oh, nice. Ascendant. Our ascendant sign has to do with our outlook, worldview, your mission statement. And that, to me, this makes all the sense in the world. It absolutely does. Just because you have so much energy going on. You have the Pluto conjunct Sun in Capricorn, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday in your 12th house of your subconscious. And then it jumps into your 1st house of self when the Sun enters you guys. I mean, this is really on, I think it's on Wednesday, the Sun enters your sign to join Saturn, Jupiter, or Mercury in there. So there's going to be a lot of focus on your sense of self. There's going to be a lot of focus, especially for those of you who are Aquarius risings, right? It's that 1st house for you guys. Yeah, absolutely. So I definitely see there being this sort of letting go and shift in the way you are moving forward in something. There's definitely a release. Something is culminating. Let's see if we can't get some more information here. Okay, this has to do with the situation right now. Okay, this is a block that you can be experiencing. This is the advice. And this is the outcome energy. Okay, so right now we have the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is feeling very self-defensive and protecting yourself against something. So this could be, you know, particularly if you're, obviously, if you're in a lawsuit, obviously if you're in any sort of space of negotiation, yes. I mean, this is kind of like negotiating with what it could be understood as the competitor or the other side, right? Obviously. For others of you, if you're in business, you might be very, very aware of the competition and feeling very self-defensive right now and really trying to figure out how to strategize, right? We get the King of Swords, which is about staying with the facts, sticking with the facts, not allowing your emotions to take any part really in what's going on. This is staying very intentional and strategic in your thinking and in your approach. And again, not allowing, you know, how you feel to really rule what it is that's going on. I feel like that's going to work really well for you right now. So you have the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands does indicate good news coming in, and that's going to be moving you forward into something that you really want to, and you feel very motivated about and by. So again, finding out you got that job offer, having some sort of offering come into you that's going to make you feel like very happy, very successful. You're going to be having the conversation. So 2 of Cups is always about having a conversation about what's going to be happening here. It's a proposal, right? But it's going to really speak to your heart space. So some really good conversation. This could be a very positive job interview. This could be a very an excellent you know, much needed conversation with your boss or some coworkers or a business partner, having a really good meeting with that lawyer regarding that lawsuit, whatever it is. Okay, I like that. That's very nice here. Okay, so now with the blocks, we have the Six of Coins. So the Six of Coins is about giving and receiving help, there being a lot of generosity exchanged, and this could be a challenge for you right now. There could be a block here as far as somebody being very generous. We also have the Four of Cups here as a block for you. So you might be feeling in this space of just feeling very unfulfilled in what it is that you are in, you're going into, feeling very apathetic about an offer that was presented, not feeling very motivated by it, and this could certainly be blocking you as well, because you're feeling like, well, that's not a very generous offer. Like, okay, you know, I don't want to work for free, or, you know, that's certainly not okay, right? So this could be at least a temporary block in this situation. Now the block is the Queen of Cups. So this is a very nurturing, healing, supportive energy, right? The Queen of Cups. But the Queen of Cups in astrology does indicate a Gemini and Cancer energy. That's how it connects in astrology. I want to be very clear about that. The Queen of Cups, yes, in tarot, she's the queen of all the water signs, which would be Cancer and Scorpio and Pisces. But in astrology, this is a Gemini and Cancer energy. Gemini is all about communication, and Cancer is about home, and that metaphorical home space, and us feeling safe and secure. So it's through this beautiful conversation that we're able to feel nurtured, that somebody is helping us to feel supported in a situation, right? But this is blocked right now. So some sort of, and it could just be simply that you are not able to see it yet, right? That could definitely be it as well. We have this Three of Coins here as well as a block, and Three of Coins is about, you know, working as a team and collaborating, really more than anything, is this idea of collaboration and teamwork. So for some of you, it does indicate here, because, right, this is the challenge, right? So we have this meeting to discuss on the bridge, and there being some conflict as a result of that, but it being worked out, right? And the solution, it does seem like there's an ending to some sort of cycle. So it's still a minor arcana, but it is an ending to something reaching its precipice. It's the rock bottom now, no more. Too much has gone on. There's got to be something that's ended here. And it has to. I mean, this is the advice. The advice is to end something that's been going on. So if you meet this person on the bridge and you guys are having this negotiation and they don't want to give, and they don't want to be generous, and they don't want to meet you halfway, then you have to literally call them at their own game and put an end to it. This is advice. Empress, beautiful, because this is all about building. In astrology, this is straight up Venus, and Venus is a money planet. It's also about your self-esteem and feeling good about what you're in and involved in. And it's based on growth, right? Because the Empress is the mother of the tarot. She's perpetually pregnant. So it's always about growing, advancing, moving oneself forward. So the advice here is, it's like you have to end something so that you could grow in the way that you're meant to grow in. You gotta let go. You have to let go of something for sure. We have let go and orphaned, which is making the hard decision to like release something that hasn't been working so that you can have this growth and happiness. The advice here too, 8 coins, I love it. Love it. Mastering your craft. 8 is the number of mastery, right? So this is about mastering your craft, really loving what you do, figuring out what you want to do. So if you're feeling apathetic and very like underwhelmed by what it is that you're doing, or underwhelmed by some sort of offer, this is you being very focused on how you could sweeten the deal, how something can be made to be a lot more a lot better. But for a lot of you, look, I mean, we have the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is about walking away, withdrawing, retreating, abandoning an idea, abandoning, and we have orphaned, leaving some sort of situation. But look, you're going to have what you need. We got the polar bear. You're going to have what you need in a situation. We have the Six of Cups. So for some of you, this is going to be returning to a job that you used to do. This is going to be connecting with somebody from your past in some way. The Six of Cups always harkens back to the past. There is typically a gift found in this, meaning returning to that job is the right thing to do. Returning to that thing that you wanted to do once upon a time is the right thing to do. Reconnecting with those people you used to go to school with or from your neighborhood and maybe networking in that way, all really good stuff. Anything that goes back to the past, whether it's an old job, a project, an idea, or people, that's definitely going to be projecting you forward here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I love it. This is good fortune. This is a turning point. Gambling, taking a chance. No, I'm not telling you to go to the casino. Although, can we even do that yet? I don't know. But it's taking a chance on something. Beautiful. And then we have the Princess of Coins. Princess means a new stage. This is a new stage. Being super patient. Really patient. This is a new job. This is money news coming in. I like it. So I mean, this is pretty direct, Aquarius. Literally, this is like, you're not going to be doing what you were doing. There's some sort of unreasonable energy involved here, but it seems like you're going to be taking a chance, taking a risk, and you'll be starting this new job. And then we have the final card is the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is retreating from something, right? And putting yourself in this space of really figuring out what it is that's going to be able to bring you that level of success that you want, because it's Jupiter in Libra in astrology, right? So the Four of Swords, Jupiter, and so Jupiter in Libra, Jupiter expands whatever it's in. What is Libra? Libra is the 7th house of partnerships, including business partnerships, people we have a shared soul goal with, right? But it's ruled by Venus, which is also a money planet, and it's also our self-esteem again, and loving what we're in and what we do. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to be making this decision to transition into something, some sort of new opportunity but it's sort of while you're kind of on this journey, Aquarius, you're on this journey to get to this space of what you really want to do in your career, or where it is that you really want to go in your life as a result of this. So whether maybe it's the dissolution of a marriage and you going off on your way, maybe it's you getting a new job, you doing something where there's this switching over, this leaving this to open this up. But what I feel like is that there's going to be some sort of new opportunity coming into you having to do with money, and it may not be that. Like what you're going into right now may not be the end of the road, but it will certainly be almost like a stepping stone to a higher place that you see yourself going. I feel like this is very specific, and I love it because this is so positive. Really positive. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for the career section of this. I hope that was helpful for those of you here for career. And now we're going to go on to relationships. We're going to start with you, Aquarius, okay? We'll start with you. What deck do we want to use for Aquarius? I say we use the lights here. Okay. The lights here, tarot. So we're first going to pull on situation that's going on for you. Remember, guys, you want to check your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus sign. These are general messages. So a lot of times we resonate certain months. It's very common for us to resonate more with our rising sun, or more with our moon sign, or more with our Venus sign in certain months. Situation, block, advice, outcome, mental clarity. We'll take it. Okay, so starting off here, we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is about kind of like a reciprocity energy. It's giving and receiving help. It's generosity. It's you very much wanting to do this, Aquarius. This is very much where you're at, but something doesn't feel right. I almost feel like you're trying to work something out. You're in a weird space in relationship. This is what I feel like, because the Eight of Swords is feeling very self-imprisoned in something. you know, it's this self-imposed though, and it's this restriction, this isolation, this imprisonment kind of thing. But yet you're in this energy of giving and receiving help, of wanting to be generous. But, you know, yet it's like, you know that something is not right. And then we have this Three of Cups energy, which is about, you know, feeling like a circle of support, maybe hanging out with your friends, kind of like a celebratory vibe on a low level, right? It's only 3, but it's, you know, having a nice little get together, you know, with people who truly matter to you. And then we have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is about retreating and resting and trying to recover from something. So I feel like a lot of you guys are trying to recover from something that maybe was quite painful, right? Because the Four of Swords is a Jupiter and Libra energy. So it expanding this idea of Jupiter is partnership. So expanding this idea of partnership, and maybe you're in this space of being very introspective, maybe even retrospective about some sort of situation that happened. But you almost feel sort of imprisoned into it. But yet you're trying to facilitate some sort of healing at the same time, which is very interesting energy I'm getting. But you're really thinking about too everything that you value, right? Because the Six of Pentacles is a moon in Taurus energy in astrology, and moon is your emotions, and Taurus is the landlord of the second house of things that we value. It's not only money, it's anything that matters to you. So you really I feel like you're almost stuck between places. Does that make sense? Somebody is still very actively in your energy, for sure. Now, what's the block? The block is a new relationship. Sure. I mean, yeah, new relationship, new, being able to offer something new to somebody, okay? Just not, it seems like not ready for some reason. Being blocked, right? I mean, this is a challenge. We have the Five of Cups here. So the Five of Cups, though, when we're talking about this in the challenge and the block, so I almost read it like a reversal energy, right? So this is a moving on and forgiveness and really focusing on recovering from something. So I feel like a lot of you are recovering, but you're having a hard time completely moving forward with the Fool, because this is about a new beginning, a new hope, taking chances, you know, new. It's an Aquarius energy, excuse me, which is ruled by Uranus, all about the future, as you guys well know, right? It's your ruler. But this is what I'm feeling right here, right? And the block is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a very supportive energy, but this is a block, right? I mean, this is feeling being able to feel healed, and this is blocked. Now, the Queen of Cups energy in astrology is a Gemini and Cancer energy. It's not only water, it's Gemini and Cancer, right? A lot of times when we connect tarot to astrology, we're looking at the action of what that energy is, right? So here the action, Gemini, conversation, truth, Cancer, you know, what we need to feel grounded, rooted, safe, and secure, right? And having that beautiful, supportive conversation that's very healing, that's very nurturing, right? But I feel like you guys are very much kind of staying to yourselves, and you're not having a lot of that conversation. Even not even with your friends. I feel like a lot of you are sort of keeping it to yourself, working through things, you know, within yourself. That's what I feel like. But the advice here is the Page of Wands. Get yourself involved in something new. Obviously, if you're not ready for a new relationship, don't jump into a new relationship. That would be silly and probably kind of abusive to yourself. But this is the Wands are will. It's a new project. It's some sort of new creative idea. But it's understanding that you are in a new cycle, and to try your very best to approach it from a creative and open, and with an open heart, right? Wands are very open-hearted energies, right? It's very motivated, very sort of like, I'm going to give this a chance kind of thing. Nine of Pentacles, I like it, considering the other energies that we got here, focusing on being self-sufficient, focusing on things that you do because you like to do them, focusing on your financial gains, maybe giving yourself a little luxury, doing something nice for yourself, focusing on nice things for yourself, Aquarius. Eight of Pentacles. 8 is the card and the number of mastery. So I like this because this is you focusing on your career, focusing on something that, not only focusing on becoming better at something, but really enjoying it. So I feel like this is very, very healthy. It does seem like. Now, the Eight of Pentacles can also indicate as a divorce energy, listen to me. Oh, maybe somebody needed to hear that. But as a relationship energy also, is because Pentacles can also mean mental, physical, emotional connection, right? So that Nine of Pentacles would be focus on like what matters to you. And then the Eight of Pentacles would be focus on what you honestly believe is necessary to make a relationship work. Because a lot of you may be in the space of deep confusion regarding relationships. Because if you were in a situation where you wholly so trusted someone and they hurt you, it becomes very challenging to understand what trust even looks like, you know? Because if there you were being honest and you thought they were being honest, and isn't that what relationship is supposed to be? And then everything ends up falling apart and you find out maybe they weren't honest. You may be in a space of not being sure if you could trust your own, then you're going to say, I want to say intuition. You're trusting your own intuition. Yeah, look at this, Seven of Swords. And this is interesting to me because this is the advice energy. Seven of Swords is Moon in Aquarius. Moon is your emotions. Aquarius is all about different, and it's all about the future, and it's not being focused on what has been, but it's like almost putting the mask on as though you're okay, acting as if. Now, the Seven of Swords, because it's an advice energy, right? We have to understand like what the intention of it is. The Seven of Swords, though, in and of itself, is this idea of dishonesty and running away from something, but it's also the energy of playing somebody at their own game. So if you're in this situation where you're still needing to deal with a person and you're not getting the support that you need, and you know that, play them at their own game. Focus on your own stuff and just act like everything's okay while you get your ducks in a row, if that's your situation. For others of you, this is really an energy of focusing on making yourself feel better, right? And just, you know, your emotions need to be very future focused. Even though you still may be in the space of needing to heal, it's this energy says don't swim in it. Don't swim in it. Don't ruminate in it. Allow yourself to move forward in some way and focus on these pentacle energies here, this 9 and 8 and 9 of Pentacles. Definitely, for most of you, is what I feel like. Really kind of like an empowering kind of energy here. Now we have as the outcome, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so some sort of mental clarity is going to be hitting you here. Some sort of like, oh my gosh, I see everything right now. And that mental clarity, beautiful Hermit energy. The Hermit's great because the Hermit is Virgo, and Virgo is all about solving problems. So you're going within for clarity and going on a real beautiful quest for your personal truth. And going it alone for a bit, because whatever energy you've been dealing with, not meant for you. That is not your rightful path. It's not your rightful path. You may not want to hear that right now because you're very focused on not feeling okay. There's this worry, there's this isolation, there's this lack of connection that you may be feeling, and this is not comfortable. There's nothing comfortable about this. So I'm sorry that you're feeling this, you know. But there's a truth in this yet, you know. There's a truth in this because it's a Mercury and Taurus energy in astrology. And Mercury does rule communication and truth and the mind, right? And it's in Taurus. And Taurus is about what you value. So it really is this epiphany, realizing what matters to you in relationship, but you're coming to this conclusion while you're still trying to release a pain. And the final card here is the Moon. So the Moon is a Cancer energy. Cancer is that 4th house, and so there's definitely this feeling a lot deep inside, working through the emotions. Again, I'm not surprised at all to get this, just because of there's going to be a lot of focus this week on this for you, right? This, with, again, what I said before about the Pluto conjunct Sun in Capricorn, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, then on Wednesday it transits into your sign, right? Going to be a lot of focus on this week, first half of the week, on your subconscious mind, and there's going to be a lot of healing there because of Chiron, right? I mean, Chiron's going to be doing a lot of beautiful healing on us this week, for us this week. So there's going to be a lot of healing going on in the subconscious, in your sense of self. So I feel like this makes sense to me as far as for a relationship read. You guys really focusing on what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel secure, what makes you feel grounded, and being really honest with your emotions. Even if you're not going to be talking very much about it to anybody, I don't see you being very vocal. I see you being your classic Aquarius, sort of healthy detached, as we say, and working through your stuff. But wherever you can find time for fun, enjoying your friends, go for it. Hanging with your family, maybe, depending on your situation, go for it. Absolutely. Let's see what's going on with your person. Or a person that you may be dealing with. Okay, they're by themselves right now. They're the Hermit energy right now. This is where they're at right now. So, they're by themselves too. I mean, and they're in this space of just trying to figure out their stuff. We have that clarified by the Judgment energy. Clarity. Clarity's hitting them. Final decision, a wake-up call to what the right thing is. We have the Emperor. The Emperor energy is... This is crazy. We have 4 major arcana. So your person's going through something right now this week, it does seem. The Emperor energy is an Aries energy. It's about a fresh path, a new perspective, taking the bull by the horns. Emperor can also indicate meeting somebody new, but it is about being very strategic and moving something forward. Feeling very confident about something. So that feeling like they're on their own, they're working on themselves. In the Hermit energy, in the Judgment energy, there's a release. Everybody did the best they could, they knew how to in the moment. The Emperor is very much taking the bull by the horns. And then the Lover's energy might be dealing with I don't know if there's like a Gemini energy involved in this at all. They might be Gemini. But this is about needing to make a choice, though. This need to make a choice in love. And it's always this idea of what's the choice? The choice is, are we going to work at this, or are we not? And everyone has to be on the same page. So to get now the Emperor, I do want to say though, I see them working on themselves and I see them having this clarity. Now, some of the people that you're dealing with that are in your energy, Aquarius, I'm sorry, but the Emperor with the Lovers can indicate them meeting somebody new, but it can also be them recognizing that they want to take control of a situation and make a decision. So it does depend. And you're probably going to know which side of the fence however you would resonate with it. If you resonate with this portion, it's not going to be for everybody. Now we have as the possible block of fear, we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is, what is the block? The block is being tolerant. The block is in the ability to be empathetic. Now this could be that they're struggling with this, or they feel like, they're needing to deal with this because of you. The energies can always be vice versa. Understand that this is a subjective read from their perspective, right? So the King of Cups is that. It's a very supportive energy, tolerant, empathetic. It's a beautiful energy, but this is in the block, right? This is in the block. So the King of Cups energy in astrology, the action of the King of Cups, we look to Libra and Scorpio. Libra is the 7th house of partnerships. Scorpio is that 8th house of how we show up as a we in partnerships. It has to do with endings and beginnings and transformation. So the King of Cups literally can be this really looking at how did everyone feel loved? How fair was everything? Did everybody show up fairly, Libra, in this relationship? Do we have to talk about how things might be able to be transformed? And there's a patience in this process. There's a support and an empathy in this process. They're not able to do it because this is their block. This is their block. We have the Ace of Coins as another block. And for some of them, if money was an issue, this could certainly be that they're having a really hard time getting a new job or making more money. Or this could be that they're very blocked in being able to meet a new connection, because Pentacles also stands for mental, physical, and emotional connection. And this is in their block. Also in their block is the Knight of Swords energy. Knight of Swords is the truth coming in and things changing, and they're not able to do this. So there's something about the truth that either they are having too much of a hard time really looking at because it makes them feel uncomfortable being super honest with themselves about themselves, or this could have to do with you, them feeling this with you. But we have as the final block here, we have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is this brand new motivation to move forward, to jump back into things. So this is definitely a block. I don't feel like they're ready to get into anything. So going back to when I mentioned that the Emperor and the Lovers could mean indicating somebody new, because of the blocks, I'm thinking no. But I'm thinking even if they met somebody, it's really not going to go anywhere. It's not, because they're not ready. There's this, they're working through stuff. To have it start off with the Hermit and then to have this in the block, they're not ready for relationship and connection yet, right now. They're still working through stuff, and they're having a hard time seeing their stuff for the moment. 17th to the 23rd for the moment. But let's see what the advice is. The advice is, dun, 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 go in and get that person back. Or be open to it, because the Knight of Cups is that. It's Prince Charming, Princess Charming, but it's a proposal coming in. You know, meaning an offering. So yeah, I mean, it could be like a marriage proposal, of course, but it could also be like, do you want to go out? Do you want to just go have coffee and talk about things? Do you want to just talk about what happened? That kind of thing. Can we just talk? Right? It could certainly be that. And it's, you know, because I have these emotions for you, right? That's the first advice card. Second advice card, 9 of Wands. Advice for them. Keep their boundaries up, but honor the persistence that they feel. Because this is a moon in Sagittarius. And you know what this advice is? To honor their emotions. To stick with their emotions, and less what makes sense on paper, less what makes sense anywhere else, less forget what anybody else is telling them, whatever. It's really to get like just back to what matters. Emotions. Emotions. King of Coins. Beautiful. It's time to get very solid and practical, right? Having to do with this relationship, right? In that, like, mentally, physically, emotionally, this is about getting practical about, for example, this could be like, all right, we have all these emotions for each other, right? And so we've been having a hard time getting this relationship fixed off the ground, or we've been in a bad space for a long time. All right, what do we need to do in the 3D to make everyone feel better in this? And everyone's kind of got to agree, right? With the King of Coins energy, though, it's being very solid and practical and smart about what needs to happen in the mental, physical, and emotional realms of this connection in order for each of you to feel good about being in it. And it's about fairness, for goodness sake. We got the scales, justice. This is a partnership energy. Justice is Libra. Libra is the 7th house of partnerships, which is ruled by Venus. So everybody has to feel good and comfortable about where it's going and who's doing what in the connection. It seems like communication was a challenge here for whatever reason. For whatever reason, maybe somebody didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or maybe somebody didn't even know how they felt in the moment, whatever the case was. We have the outcome energy, we have the Four of Wands. So this is a person who absolutely wants this sort of like strong foundation. Now, this is a reunion energy. I just have to put it out there. Do it, don't do it. It's up to you, Aquarius. I'm not telling you you have to get back with somebody. Yeah, as I always say, I'm giving you the weather. Do with it whatever you want. But this is this idea of... there's a homecoming energy here. There's coming back to the base, coming back to something, right? This is also a marriage card, a honeymoon card, a strong foundation card. It's a lovely energy. I mean, it's Jupiter in Libra. And what I like about it is, you know, it's about expanding that idea of relationship in a beautiful way that ends up firming up the foundation of the relationship. Now we have this working with the Page of Swords. So Page always means a new cycle. Obviously there's some sort of new cycle that's wanting to happen here, right, with your person. And swords are truth. So there's some sort of truth coming to light. Some sort of truth. And that truth, okay. So look, the Five of Coins is about feeling very worried about something. Now, they could be sharing this worry. Now, could the worry be, I want to be with you, but I'm really worried about this addiction that you have. I want to be with you, but I'm really concerned about money. Maybe you're with somebody who's really worried about money, or maybe you're really worried about money. There's an issue with envy. There's an issue with materialism, some sort of obsession, some sort of sexual lust. So there's this idea of worry. But the Page of Swords, I feel like, is like the truth of the matter is that has to come out. Maybe you feel isolated in the connection. But the thing with the Devil as the closing card, the Devil does not mean the end of the world, even though it's a major arcana, right? Look, it's a Capricorn energy, right? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. What is Saturn's all about? Restrictions and feeling a lot of no and feeling shackled, right? So the Devil is a shackling energy from some sort of imbalance that's exercised within this connection. So where in the relationship is there a shackling that ends up throwing the relationship off balance? Who needs more of what? Is there more, is there too much of something going on? Somebody partying too much, somebody a little too flirty, somebody a little too greedy, a little too materialistic, like what's going on here? And that has to be talked about. That has to be talked about, because that's their final outcome card. They have to focus on that, where they have to at least deliver this truth to you that, like, look, I have to talk to you about this problem I have, right? It might be them disclosing the truth to you, or them wanting to have this conversation with you, really specific. But I feel like it's going to be happening. Let me pull one more card. Yeah, King of Swords, speaking the truth. All about the truth. Sticking with the facts and not even allowing emotions to get in the way of it, or just for a minute, you know? And we have the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Beautiful. Snafu and communication. Big, big, big here is what I see. The person that you're dealing with, Aquarius, that is what I see for them as far as this whole situation. That's what I see. Let me just pull a quick spread of Island Time Wellness. I'm just curious about what's going on in the outcome of this situation. Date, Cupid's arrow, wedding rings, camera. Yeah. So we have date, but then we have Cupid's arrow. We have wedding rings. And we have camera, reminiscing, keepsake, learning from the past. Aquarius, I have to tell you what I'm getting. I feel like the person that you're dealing with sees you guys working things out more than you. And I'm talking like, because this was for you. So I see you meeting somebody new, dating, getting back out there. Have faith, love is coming in. Surprise invitation, meeting, wedding rings, union, marriage, soul connection. And then we have camera, learning from the past. So it's like, been there, done that, learned it, past it now. That's what I got even from your reading, but I didn't get that from your partner's reading. So I feel like something must have gone on, and I feel like they're not like in the same level of energy as you, it seems like. But anyway, guys, that is what I have for you for the 17th to the 23rd. It's only a week. Let's see what happens next week. You guys take care now. Bye-bye.